Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, with a game I had in the Tier 10 German battleship, Grosser Kurfürst. Now, for those who don't know, Grosser Kurfürst is my absolute favorite ship in the game currently. Although Georgia and Massachusetts have been giving it a run for its money, it is still on top in my books. So the build I'm running on the Grosser Kurfürst is a full secondary build. I am not using the legendary module, so captain skills are preventive maintenance, MLG turrets, adrenaline rush, BFT, AFT, manual secondaries, and that is it. Oh, and superintendent, of course. Now, modules, I of course have secondary arm or auxiliary armors, whatever you want to call it. Mod 1, Damage Con 1, secondary mod 2, Damage Con 2, concealment, and secondary battery mod 3 for those good old rapid firing German secondaries. You can tell by my mini-map, my secondary range is out to 11.6 kilometers because I also have the secondary flag on the Kurfürst. So, full secondary build Kurfürst. Have everything going for me in that. I actually have all premium consumables this time. I didn't forget any. Anyway, so we are here, and my little group that I'm with on the eastern side of the map, we are going down to the decap. Now, on this map, of course, the decap is kind of the where people get stuck at. Some ships go behind that mountain range, as you can see right there in front of me. They usually go east of that and get stuck back there for some time and kind of get taken out of the battle. And that does happen in this game, but not so much for my team, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. So the Grosser Kurfürst, of course, is best at about 13-ish kilometers in. It can hit stuff alright-ish, outside of that range, but it is best from about 13, 14-ish kilometers in. Unlike the Soviet battleships or German battleships, their dispersion doesn't get better from a set range inward. It's just all kind of all over the place. It's just that with the German dispersion, you have a better chance of hitting something if it's closer. Not that your dispersion actually gets better or anything. So you saw right there, I tagged that Alsace for a little bit. He tagged me for not even, just a little over 1,000 damage. But I did get 8k off of him. And now I'm eyeing up that Kremlin. He's 15 kilometers away from me. Again, not terribly far for the Kurfürst, because unlike the other German battleships, the Kurfürst is actually okay at range because she has 12 guns. Ships like the Bismarck and FDG, they really suffer because they have German dispersion and they only have 8 guns. FDG especially, it's really painful at tier 9 when you only have 8 guns and you have German dispersion. Again, not as bad in the Kurfürst because you got 12 guns, more crap to throw at the target. Now, it is worth note that I'm using the 420mm guns and not the 406s because I prefer the bigger punch. My thing is, when you're in a brawl, having the bigger punch and a pinch definitely helps you out more so than rounds per minute. So that's why I use the 420s. And plus, with Adrenaline Rush, the way the Kurfürst takes damage, you'll get that reload down anyway. So there you go. Now, those torpedoes were coming in from, I believe there's an enemy Zao, or, those look like Zao torpedoes, or, no, there's 2 other wave of torpedoes. It might be Zao torpedoes, I'm not really sure. I know the Zao was spotted over here, but torpedoes were coming. I slammed on the brakes, and thankfully did not eat any. And I'm actually being rather patient here in the Kurfürst. Normally, I would probably already be in the cat, but I am working on my patience, and it's paying out right here. I'm actually playing Kurfürst right now, very much like I will bow on to the Kremlin. And I'm asking the friendly Yugamo behind me if he's got that Alsace or if I need to go over there and help him. Yugamo, good old German bow armor says screw you to Kremlin's 457s. The Kurfürst bow has a 60mm plate that comes up and covers most of the bow. There's only like a little T-shaped slice from the top of the bow down the middle that is actually 32mm. It ships, that the Yami can pin, but with a 60mm bow, and the Yami can't pin that. Kremlin definitely cannot pin that. So I asked that Yugamo if he needs help with the Alsace. He says he's working on it, but he's also saying that the Alsace is good and at predicting where his torpedoes are coming. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the risk right here and turn around and go help him out. And this is, of course, a big risk turning in front of a Kremlin, but the Kremlin's 14 kilometers away. That's outside of his super accurate range for his guns. But still, even if a couple of shells hit me with the way Soviet battleship guns are, it's going to hurt. Also eyeing up that Zhao. I'm like, okay, he's 70 kilometers away. He's sitting broadside. I get checking on the Yugumo. Looks like he's not doing that hot against the Alsace. I'm like, well, if I can... Ooh, and there is the Citadel hit from the Kremlin. Although, I'm not sure if that was a Citadel or if it was just a big pen. Looks like he took about 20,000 damage... 20,000 hit points off of me. So, yeah... May have been a Citadel in there or just some good pins. Shimakaze gets spotted 7 kilometers away from me. Thankfully, already threw his torpedoes at the Kronstadt. So I get my secondaries on him and I get my guns turning around. And ooh, looks like the Kronstadt might be eating some of these torpedoes. And yeah, looks like 1, maybe 2. There's Shimakaze. Before I could get a shot off on him, he goes undetected. Now I am heading back to help that Yugumo with the Alsace. Kronstadt just radared the Shimakaze. There he is. And the Z-46 and Savetsky Soyuz are working on him. There's the Alsace charging the friendly Yugumo right there. And now I am opening up the Kurfurst to get all guns on target. Take aim, let the shells fly. Alsace is turning upward. I'm guessing because he knows I'm there, so that's good situational awareness for the Alsace. There you hear those secondaries go with the 20,000 damage that the Kremlin took off. That's helping that reload to have almost constant secondary fire on the Alsace. Right here, the Yugumo, I thought he was going to dump his torpedoes or just tag him and ram him. Like, oh, okay, he just went around him, messing up his aim. And now here I thought he was going to dump torpedoes, but I guess his torpedoes were not reloaded yet, and there goes the Yugumo. Alsace does have some pretty nasty secondaries. Not exactly German levels of secondaries, but still nasty secondaries. Either way, Alsace have a perfect broadside of him. All guns are reloaded. I let the shells fly. 10 kilometers away. Instead of completing the turn, looks like he tried to straighten out a little bit there at the last second. It might have helped him avoid a super devastating strike, but still, I took almost 20,000 health off of him. And the Yugumo was saying in chat that he's sorry that he should have had that, and I tell him he's good. It happens to all of us. We all screw up. So anyway, on the south side, still giving me a perfect broadside. I probably shouldn't have done this right here. I was eager to get all my guns on target and just delete him, but he keeps turning inwards, so that cost me a bit of damage that I didn't need to take. So, and plus I just ricocheted. Just keep that in mind. From that shot, from that angle, only 3 shells hit. Good old German dispersion, and my aim a little bit there too. So now, this is straight up just secondaries versus secondaries right here. Now, the thing about French secondaries is that, while they are good, they do have a good chance of fire and a good fire rate, they are rather frail, meaning you can destroy the individual mounts quite easily. Ooh, and Alsace takes 1 torpedo there. Gets a blast from my forward guns, and again, that German dispersion. And secondaries are just still chewing into him. Get those fires out with damage con. And Z-46 coming up and helping me there. And there we go. My secondaries get him out of the match. Boy. Think about French battleships, they're coated in 32 millimeters of armor, which German secondaries, especially the Kurfurst, can easily pin. And the Kremlin over there has just taken out the Kronstadt, and looks like the Savetsky Soyuz has sailed right past the Kremlin for some reason. I don't know why, but he did. Probably trying to brawl him and just sailed by him and didn't keep turning. So now he's stuck on the other side of that island with just the entire enemy team chilling with him. So after I tell the Z-46 thanks for the help, I'm now turning back around and heading into D. My plan is I'm going to go into D, get the Kremlin's attention while the Z-46 and the Des Moines just absolutely pound his side. And, yep, there goes the Savetsky Soyuz. The Musashi got him. Whew. So I communicate this plan to the Z-46 and the Des Moines as I start sailing back towards D. So far, I've taken a fair amount of damage, and my heal just came off cooldown, and I'm going to pop it here once I get done talking with my teammates. Now, already targeting the secondaries for the Kremlin. The Kremlin, of course, is definitely within his kill range, but thankfully, this is a grosser Kurfurst. It has a lot of armor, and it's very, very good armor for this range, so the Kremlin can still pin the crap out of me, but he probably won't outright delete me unless, unlike if I was in a Montana or a Yami from this range. So here we go. I'm about to come around the side of the side of the island right here. And if you look at the map, he's actually giving me his flat broadside. So I'm like, oh, okay. Hi, Mr. Kremlin. Have some German engineering. And goodbye, Kremlin. 2 citadels, 30,000 damage. Kremlin is no more. Kurfurst is still the king of close-range engagements, especially when you still got an exposed citadel. Alright, so I was feeling pretty good after that shot, just outright deleting a Kremlin like that. Only about... I was still pretty far from devastating strike. He would need another 20 or 30,000 health for that. Alright. So after I do a little bit of cheeky bragging in all chat, I see the Zao 14 kilometers away. Again, not a terribly hard shot for the Kurfurst. So I line up on him and I let the shells go. And I do it again. I mean, he only had about 15,000 health left, but hey, still outright deleted a Zao. Feels pretty good, especially considering the amount of times I've been HE spammed to death in this thing from a Zao. Felt really, really good. Alright, so if you notice the score, we do have the points lead, but our team in the West got smeared up pretty bad. And it's pretty much their team in the West did what my team in the East did to our team. You get it. It's like a yin-yang type of thing, whatever. We're doing the good old chasing each other around the map. So, pushing up on this Montana. Montana's got to deal with a Z-46 and a Des Moines and a Kurfurst and a Grozovoy, so he's not going to be having that good of a day. He's within 10 kilometers of me, and secondaries are thankfully shooting over that island. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's really hit or miss sometimes with what they'll shoot over. Just lost our Worcester out in the west. Alright, so the Montana, he starts to open up here, and again, I get, he really shouldn't have done this, but hey, I just did this 2 minutes ago. So I take aim and fire at his broadside, and... German dispersion rears its head. Only 3 shells hit. Only 1 was a pin. One was an overpin, and 1 just didn't pin at all. So he's angled back up, so I start to turn in 2 a little bit. And now... Ooh, nope, he's not even looking at me now. He's putting his bow toward me, so I'm like, alright, I'm going to put a shot through his superstructure, and that might end him. And... Nope, doesn't, but these torpedoes sure will. The Z-46 there takes out the Montana. Now, unfortunately, since I did use that damage contest to get my turret back in action, I am going to let this fire burn. It's only going to burn for another 8 seconds. I still have well over half my health, so no problems there. So here I'll think, okay, maybe if I go up north, link back up with the Jean Bar, and then the DD going up north, we just all move together as one force, and we'll have it. But then... actually, I'm telling my team that right there, but then I noticed the Z-46 here. He turned around from going up north, and he's going down south. So I'm like, okay, well, if he's going to go down south with me, I'll have a destroyer to spot, so this would be a pretty good deal. We got the John Bart up north with the Grozovoy, and I'll be down south with the Z-46. So that is what we do. Good old War on 2 fronts, Schlieffen plan. It worked for Germany, right? Right, guys? So, one of the destroyers left is, one of them's a Harugumo, the other one is a, there he is, Harugumo, he's got 1,300 health left, totally one shot from whoever can get to him first, and the other one is the Jutland, I believe, the tier 8, is it tier 8? Come on, Mountbatten, just move your, okay, no, that's Tirpitz, it's a British destroyer, that's what I know. Alright, so Jean Bart takes out the Tirpitz, but the Jean Bart only has 6,000 health left. And the Musashi's... Yep, there we go. And the Musashi took out the Jean Bart. So now it's me, Z-46, and Grozovoy Jutland. That's it, the tier 9. The tier 9 British destroyer. So, me, Z-46, and Grozovoy, Musashi, Jutland, and Harugumo. Really close game so far. Enemy team definitely has a cap advantage right now. Me and the Z-46 are moving up into the C cap. I see the Harugumo right there. I target him with my secondaries because it looks like he's going to come across the side of that island. But unfortunately, he goes undetected. Musashi just ate something. I didn't see whether those torpedoes or a lucky salvo from the Jean Bar before he went down. But he is almost dead. And that island was going to block my shot. So I try to get to where I'll just tag Musashi in the stern. I do tag him, but unfortunately it's just 1 ricochet and 1 bounce, and 1 overpin. So the secondaries are on the Musashi, and I actually thought the Musashi was turning here to avoid these torpedoes, but, well, he's not. So, well, his fate's pretty much sealed at this point. Ooh, but the Harugumo did take out the Grozovoy. So now it is... Oh, here we go. Me and the Z-46 against the Harugumo and the Jutland. Now, this is actually not the best situation because the Harugumo, if he can get into a good location where I can't see him and the Z-46 can't see him, so smoke or behind an island, and the Jutland can spot me, which, I mean, God, a frickin' gnat could spot the Kurfurst with its detection range. It's not going to matter. If I'm being spotted by the Jutland, wherever the Harugumo's at, if he's in good cover, he can absolutely burn me down. Then the Harugumo and Jutland can 2v1 the Z-46. However, the Z-46 is almost at full health, so he's in pretty good shape. So there's a smoke screen that is more than likely the Harugumo. Looks like the Z-46 is going to investigate that. My Hydro just came off cooldown, so now I am popping that, hopefully to detect the Harugumo, because I thought he was going to be sitting right there. But hello, torpedoes! I frickin' dropped the anchors and jammed the rudder hard over right, and ho, that could have been much, much worse. Kurfurst has absolute crap torpedo protection, despite the description of it saying it has powerful torpedo protection. That's a bunch of bull crap. And then, oh look, the Jutland has wandered into my Hydro range. And guess what? I'm at almost half health, so my secondaries gunners are pretty much hyped up on meth. So they don't need to rest. They can just keep throwing shells into the chamber of the cannons. And that they do. Those torpedoes are clearly going to miss. He launched those way too early. But then, oh, hello there, Harugumo torpedoes. Oh, it's just once. Oh, it's 2 sets now. So I was just going to outrun that 1 set, but now I have to floor it, get the Kurfurst into that channel between the 2 sets, and then slow down to make sure I don't sail straight into the second set of torpedoes, which I managed to do. And boy, this sure shocked the crap out of me. Oh, there we go. Got the Jutland there, the secondaries. And man, that scared me. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was done. Whew. And now I'm hyped up and I'm just like, bring me Harugumo. If you've seen Avengers Infinity War, you know what scene I'm talking about. So now it's just Harugumo. Now the thing about the Harugumo is, if he can still absolutely slaughter me if he can get into a good position. The Z-46 is 7 kilometers away from me, and the Harugumo, depending upon what build he has, his range is outside of my secondaries. And granted, I could try to shoot him, but if he's behind an island or smoked up, he can still just melt me down. Granted, him versus the Z-46, I'm not too sure about it. Plus, the Harugumo is an extremely slow destroyer, so even if he were to, his best bet here would be to run to D and cap that, as our Z-46 caps A, because the Kurfurst, it's not that fast, so he could run around me and just cap another cap, but there's also only like 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the game. So, now granted, with his detection range, his best bet is to get as close to me as he can and drop his torpedoes, although he did use his reload booster for those 2 sets, because the Harugumo only has one set of torpedo tubes, but he has the torpedo reload booster consumable to where he can get 2 salvos out, but then he's got a really long cooldown. So it's a pretty tough situation for him, and I'm just asking him if he just wants to come out and just end it and be on YouTube. I mean, he's going to be on YouTube anyway because this was such a good game in Kurfurst, but I'm figuring, hey, if this works, it'll be funny if this works. But then someone on the enemy team has informed me that he's hiding. And, even if I was the Harugumo in this situation, I would still just charge someone just to get it over with. I mean, no big deal. If you're in a Harugumo with less than 2,000 health left, I mean, your reload time is going to be freaking phenomenal right now if you have adrenaline rush. And I'm just waiting for him to show his face or something. But no, he's going to stay hidden until pretty much the last second. Hey, torpedoes. Yeah, launched those not way too early, but I mean, still, they didn't hit. Had plenty of time to maneuver out of the way. So now I know he's somewhere over there because that's where the torpedoes came from. And 10 seconds left. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5. There he is, 724 health. Take 1 shot there, 1 shot there. I'm pretty sure between those two salvos, one of those would have clipped him. And all I had to do, heck, one of the shows just had to whistle by his bridge and his ship would have blown up. So, in my heart, this is a Kraken. I just didn't get around to getting it in game. So there we go. Second on the team behind that Z46. So I give the Z46 a compliment, and I also give that Yugamo a compliment for trying his best against that Alsace. So anyway, great game in the Kurfurst. Some good torpedo beats there, and some excellent teamwork from my team. It's a really good, refreshing game. Really close game too. That was still a pretty good toss-up until we got that Jutland out of action. But yeah, really good game. Just want to share that with you guys. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Make sure the bell is turned on so you get the lovely notifications when a video is uploaded, which is every single day except for Sunday. So, yep. Anyway, guys, hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. And I also hope to catch all of you guys in the next one.